Hey YouTube, your girl is back. Your girl is back with another YouTube video. All right, you guys. Well, thank you all. Look, I'm talking about some thank you all. Well, I think it's one person in here, but thank you all for joining me tonight. It's your girl, Not Anta J, and I am back with another video. If you are listening to my beautiful voice and you are not subscribed, what are you doing? What are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn those post notifications on, comment down below, hit the like button on your way in. Hey, first baby mama. Hey, queen. And hey, alive and prosperous. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Thank y'all. All righty, guys. So I'm coming here tonight with some new tea. We're talking about some people that we usually don't talk about. So this is very exciting for me to get into, some more people. Like I said, if you are not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And like I say, every night I'm gonna try not to keep y'all. Well, every time I go live, I say this. I'm gonna try not to keep y'all too long. So we're gonna go ahead and get into some things, honey. We are going to get into some things. Hey, Canny 1026. Hey, CC's life. Hey, thank y'all for joining tonight. All righty, y'all. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. This will be up for replay. So if you are part of the replay gang, if you cannot catch me live, that is so okay. You can always catch the replay because, honey, I don't delete nothing. First baby mom said, I don't know nothing about this tea, but I'm going to listen. Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you. Alive and Prosper says, I'm glad you're giving us a rundown of this. I just can't keep up with I just can't keep up with Mommiana and them. Okay. So I'm going to give you a good old rundown. And you're right, Alive and Prosperous. It is a lot keeping up with the mommy channels. That's the reason why a lot of people keep saying, girl, do reactions and do commentary on the Strongmommy, Chrissy and Jazzy and Liv, but they just have so much going on on the day to day that it's just hard for me to even keep up. So I said, hey, before I start talking about them, I gotta catch up to speed. But this is one tea that I caught. Thanks to my girl T and Mar. Shout out to my girl T and Mar Talks and Reviews. She broke this down beautifully, and I went and caught up, and so I'm gonna give y'all my perspective. Hey, Vicky Mac. Hey, CC's Life. Thank you for supporting. And hey, Sophie. Thank y'all. All right. So let me give y'all some background because, like I said, I know that we usually don't talk about the Mommiana game, but they always have something going on. And baby, yesterday, they had the YouTube streets on fire. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. A couple days ago, baby, they had the YouTube streets on fire. So if you all don't know who the Mommiana gang is, the Mommiana gang consists of Strongmommy Chrissy, MyJazzyLife, Reality of Ming, and Liv's Life, right? At one point in time, they were all buddy. They were all friendly. They were all clicked up to try to give us some black girl magic and encourage other mothers to start YouTube channels and basically be mentors and provide guidance to mommy channels pretty much. And so they joined forces, even though there had been some kind of static between Liv's Life and I think Strongmommy Chrissy at one point in time. They didn't like each other, but they joined forces to create the Mommiana gang. That's where the Mommiana gang originated, right? They went on this big old trip to Houston. They fell out. Okay. Liv's life was being messy, honey. She was spreading some tea. She was telling what everybody was on the trip doing, who was screwing who. She said all of them did the white stuff. And so they had a big old falling out. Okay. And from that falling out, Jazz, Ming, and Chrissy, they continued to have a friendship. Hey, Bless Holly. First baby mama says, wow, yeah, girl, it was a lot. And so that's when I first started watching the mommy channels, when all of that happened. It says, I used to like watching Liv, but when she started all that line, I couldn't take her serious more. Yeah, Liv's life is always in something. She had the big thing with Zolo. She got the thing with her baby daddy and, him and Herbie going at it and child protective services get involved. So she have a whole lot going on. But after the big original blow up that kind of made all of them really, because I'm pretty sure they were popping beforehand, but when they had that big falling out in Houston, that really got everyone intrigued into their channels or whatever. But they were already somebody beforehand. But Jazzy, Chrissy, and Ming, they tried to salvage what was left of the Mommiana gang and go on and do their own thing. And Liv was kind of the outsider of the situation because she the one who started everything. She brought all the drama, the mess, and the tea. And so they kind of, Jazzy and Liv kind of remained cordial, but Chrissy and Ming was like, oh hell no. No, because baby, the allegations that you brought upon us, girl, that had CPS at our door, that had all type of stuff. We could have lost our kids, so we ain't effing with you, right? Cool. And I'm gonna get to what happened. I just want to give y'all background because a lot of people who support my channel probably don't know who these people are. So Jazzy, MyJazzyLife, she was the only one still trying to salvage a cordial relationship with Liv's life. She was the only one still supporting Liv's life, even though Liv's life threw her up on the bus. Cause but she was still trying to stand beside my girl Liv. But Chrissy and Ming was like, nah, baby. And Ming was very vocal about it. Ming, told Liv she'll put the pause on her. It was a whole lot of, right? Cool. Fast forward, Jazzy and Chrissy continue to try to have a friendship, but it just seems like it wasn't working out. And I did a video on that on my channel a little while back or whatever about them falling out. But they tried and tried. Jazzy got into this new relationship. I don't think nobody liked her man, and so Jazzy and Chrissy fell out, and they're no longer friends. Boom. And that's just that is kind of the background on the start of Mommiana and the demise. Okay, cool. Meanwhile, Jazzy and Liv, they're still friends, they're still cordial, but Liv is going to take every opportunity that she has to be shady, and she just gonna make it clear that she don't f with Chrissy and she don't f with Ming, and Liv is going to give us the mess every time, period, and she's going to own the fact that she's going to give you the mess and the tea. Okay, so recently, how all of this came about the other day is Strongmommy Chrissy, she moved into a new place. Now, background on Strongmommy Chrissy. And I know this is a lot, y'all. Y'all probably like, girl, get to the point. But I want to give y'all the background. So the background on Strongmommy Chrissy is the thing that all of these ladies had in common, and the reason why they wanted to join forces is because they are mothers who have publicly had struggles and dysfunction on this platform, and the reactors really drag them for filth a lot of times, right? And so that they all could have that in common, that they all get criticized, they all get scrutinized, because they really give us their raw, true, authentic life, unfiltered, day to day. And so that's why people are able to have really good commentary channels on them, because they're going to give us something to talk about on a day in, day out. Me personally, I felt for all these ladies in some capacity. Even MyJazzyLife, I did a video when everybody was dragging her before, because I do feel like sometimes people go a little bit too hard on all these women. But they have a lot going on a lot of times. And so Chrissy, out of everybody, she is one of the ones. I mean, and Ming too. Ming kind of had a larger platform with her husband, and she had kind of like a family channel or whatever. So she gives us a little bit of drama, but she pretty much looks like she has it together for the most part. But Chrissy, Jazzy, and Liv are, were known for constantly having struggles and trials and tribulations. And so out of those three, Chrissy kind of rose above, right? She kind of got her life together, because she had a big thing where she had an eviction and she had to move her kids to a whole nother state. And it was a whole lot, and people were dragging her, but she really turned her life around, right? Or so it seemed to be. And people were really proud of her for that, because I think what Chrissy did was, I think she mastered the art of keeping people out her business and having a mommy channel at the same time. Okay. Chrissy mastered the art of coming on here and giving us content with keeping her personal life or whatever's going on in her house private. And because she mastered the art of really providing content and not just kind of letting us in on everything she had going on, because she did that, a lot of people gained respect for Chrissy and they began to favor Chrissy. And even some of the reaction channels that used to drag her for filth, they really took a liking to Chrissy because, she really had been low key, no drama, no mess. She really had not been giving the people anything to criticize, because she really mastered the art of coming on here, treating YouTube like a job, getting her check, getting her coins, showing us the highlights and the happy moments of her life, and minding her business, pretty much. And so when she revealed that she was moving again, a lot of people were like, well, wait a minute, Chrissy, you just seem like you got settled. and you just seem like, you got engaged. She has a fiance. His name is Rod. Um, you seem like you was getting together, but now you're moving. Something ain't right. So people started to speculate. Now, me personally, I didn't really think anything of it. I just thought that she was moving. She just said that she just wanted to move, and she's has been very transparent about working on her credit. So she's renting these places, and a lot of times when you rent these places, people eventually want to sell their house or something's going on. And so a lot of times when you're renting, you do have to move often. So I didn't personally think anything of it, but a lot of people begin to raise their eyebrow about some ain't right. Some just don't seem right. This just seemed real impromptu, right? And so it was revealed that Chrissy's fiance had been arrested, right? And what he was arrested for was seemingly domestic violence or something of that nature. And so Chrissy, she came on to kind of respond to people who had so many questions about her moving. And we noticed that she had a mask on, right? First my mom said, okay. But yeah, so everyone noticed that she had this mask on or whatever. And, she was saying that she had the mask on because she had a chipped tooth or whatever. She bit down on something that had a chipped tooth. But people started to rumble and grumble like, wait a minute, something ain't right. Your man in jail for a little domestic squabble, apparently. You coming over here with a mask on and you saying your teeth is chipped. We think something went down, right? And so that's what people began to speculate about, and that caused people to have, some they just began to chat about Chrissy again. And for a long time, Chrissy has really flown below the radar, and she really has not been drugged in these YouTube streets. So people started back, raising their eyebrow. Like I said, personally, myself, I didn't read that deep into it, but that's what people were going in. So Jazzy and Liv, I guess, and this, like I said, this is just me catching up on it, so I don't know if this is the correct order of events. However, Jazzy and Liv, they posted some looking eyes when the news was breaking about Chrissy's man getting locked up and her having allegedly a chipped tooth and all this, that, and the third. They put some looking eyes on their story or on their Instagram story, I think. And people took that as them being shady, right? And so then I guess the next day, I don't know if it was the same night or whatever, but Jazzy posted that, she's going to be praying for Chrissy, pretty much. She didn't say Chrissy's name, but she pretty much put up a post just saying that, she's going to pray. She's hearing everything that everybody's talking about, and she is going to pray for Chrissy and what she may be going through. And baby, when I told you, all hell broke loose after she posted that. So Chrissy, then she read that and she was like, oh baby, no ma'am, I don't need your prayers, baby. I'm good over here. I should be praying for you because you the one letting your man bathe your little girl. You the one that need prayers. I'm gonna be praying for you. Whew. So then it just spiraled out of control. Liv's life jumped in it. Now, I don't know how she got in it. I don't know. I don't know. So for that one, we may have to watch some more videos on these YouTube streets. Yeah, that is crazy, first baby mama. Yeah, it is. But Liv jumped in, I guess, to defend Jazzy or whatever. Then Liv went live and she was like, Chrissy, I know you ain't talking. Your man was making, sexual remarks to your oldest child, and you don't want me to tell it, and I've been trying to ignore you, and blah blah blah. And you over there with the botch girl, and she threw a shade at Mean, because everyone know Mean has had, Mean looks good to me, but Mean has had surgeries or whatever. So she was throwing shade at Mean, and she was like, and you sitting over there with reactors who don't drug you, you look dumb, and blah 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 blah. And so she pretty much is just regurgitating everything that Jazzy has gossiped to her and told her about Chrissy or whatever. Then Ming goes live because now she's been brought up and she has to drag everybody for filth. And she's like, Jazzy, baby, I know you ain't talking. Your man is over there knocking your head in between the wash and the dryer. I'm just paraphrasing. I don't know if she used that language verbatim, but she was like, Jazzy, I know you ain't talking, baby. It's alluded that your man be knocking you upside your head. Let's not forget, let's not go there. And Jazzy, she goes live and she's acting like typical Jazzy. And like I said, I feel for Jazzy sometimes with how people do her, but at the same time, to me, I feel like she was trying to act like, I don't know, like, hey, I all I said was I'm praying for her. We don't have to talk, and it just went out of control. So she over there acting like she went trying to be shady, and baby, it was a lot. It was a lot. And so look, that took me 15 minutes to explain. So it was a lot. And so, like I said, TMR, she did a really good breakdown of it. There are some other channels who are talking about it or whatever. Ming left her live up. And so I'm just gonna give my perspective on the situation, and my who I think in this situation um can take a little bit more accountability, and who may be overreacting. So let me just go ahead and give my perspective. Penny Price, I had girl. I don't know these people, but I'm here. Yeah, girl. That's why That's why I had to spend about 15 minutes, giving everybody the catch up, because I know a lot of times we talk about Keisha or we talk about Latrice or something. So I was talking about somebody different today, so I wanted to give the rundown. But yeah, so here is my perspective when it comes to Jazzy and Chrissy. Do I feel like Jazzy was being shady by saying that she was praying for Chrissy? Absolutely, yes. That's how I feel. And here is what I really feel like Jazzy should do. It says, I just got here, so I'll pay back for the best. Oh, no problem, girl. It's going to always be available for replay, honey. Yes, honey, replay gang. But yeah, so here is what I think about Jazzy. I feel like Jazzy needs to just be transparent about the fact that she don't like Chrissy, and she feel like Chrissy did her wrong. I mean, because pretty much, everyone is always comparing her and Chrissy to each other. Everyone is always throwing in Jazzy's face how much Chrissy has evolved and advanced and how she's stuck in the same place. And so I can imagine. Hey, in Florida, how you doing? Hey. But yeah, I can imagine that it gets frustrating, and then the friendship, went left, and Chrissy didn't like her man, and I can understand why there will be some hurt there with Jazzy, but she just needs to be honest about the fact that she don't like Chrissy, okay? Because even when they had the big blow up before or whatever, and they kind of fell out, Jazzy has a habit, from what I see. Like I said, I don't watch her all the time, so I don't want to say in every situation, but when I've seen her speak on the situation with her and Chrissy, she tries to be non-problematic, and she tries to make it seem as if she doesn't have an issue and she doesn't know what's going on. But this situation wouldn't be that. I feel like the situation would not have spiraled out of control if you weren't trying to be passive aggressive, Jazzy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you were praying for Chrissy, you just could have prayed for her in the comfort of your own home. You didn't have to post that you were praying for her. You already know how the internet works. Hey, Shauna's Place, thank you for joining. But yes, you all have been doing YouTube for a long time. You all are veterans in the game, okay? You know how YouTube works. If you and Strongmommy Chrissy are not friends, and it's tea out here about her that her man whooping on her or whatever, you know that people are gonna take that and run with that if you say anything about the situation, being that you all are not friends anymore. Hey, Bliss and Alexander, thank you for joining. So yes, so I just feel like Jazzy has a way of trying to make it seem like, oh, I don't know what's going on, or I don't this, and not really just saying, look, I don't rock with Chrissy. You know what I'm saying? Because they had a real friendship. There could have been things that could have went on behind the scenes, with the both of them that could justify them not being friends. But I feel like she tries to teeter totter and not step on toes. But it's kind of like, just own the fact that you don't rock with Chrissy and that you were being messy, because there was no need for you to tell your followers that you were praying for her, because at the end of the day, who do you owe an explanation to, ma'am? You know what I'm saying? This was your real friend behind the scenes. So you don't owe anybody an explanation. You don't have to tell anyone that you're praying for her, especially when you were just putting a looking eyes when they were saying that she was getting beat. So it does come across as not sincere and not genuine. Now, when it comes to Chrissy and her response to Jazzy, some people were saying like, definitely, Jazzy was trying to make fun of her situation, so she definitely had every right to clap back. And on this one, I'm with Chrissy on this one. Now, I do feel like a lot of time people give Chrissy a lot of credit, and they do pin her and Jazzy against each other all the time, and they do make it seem as if she's so much better than Jazzy, when she could very well have her own level of dysfunction going on behind the scenes, which I feel like she probably does. Like I said, I don't think that Chrissy's life may be all the way jazzed up and better than Jazzy. I just think that Chrissy has mastered the art of understanding what to put out here and what not to put out there, and so that's why she gets a lot of kudos, because she gives us real content and she keeps us out of her business for the most part. But in this situation, I can understand why she would be offended, because it's kind of like, girl, don't tell me you're praying for me. Don't try to be funny. If you and me don't like each other and we don't rock with each other, we just don't damn rock with each other. Don't get on here talking about you praying for me, because now I'm gonna think you're trying to be funny, and now I'm gonna cuss you out. And that's just that on that. Now where let's see. Alive and Prosper says, from what I've seen of Jazzy, she mimics Chrissy a lot. She also has much to be improved. I wouldn't drag her like somebody else, but I'm just saying, yeah. And I've noticed that too. And I think that Jazzy, I think that's where the friendship went left. I feel like she did not want to just fully embrace the fact that, she could benefit a lot from Chrissy. And I feel like she wanted to still hold on to the friendship with Olivia and kind of teeter totter and not just be loyal to Chrissy, but yet mimic everything that she does. It's kind of like, if Chrissy is inspiring you, you're bouncing ideas off of her, if she's the person who's really helping you out a lot with your content. Jazzy had even asked her, hey, when I have my baby, can you watch my kids? If she's the one that has your back, then I'm not saying that we have to be high school and pick sides, but at the end of the day, you trying to kind of still, be that neutral party and still kind of rock with somebody who could have literally gotten this girl's kids taken away, it's not cool. And so I would understand why Chrissy would want to cut ties, because it's like, how can you say you're my friend, but someone literally tried to say that I was doing drugs? I had to go take a drug test. CPS is already after me because the internet cannot believe that I can be properly caring for 9 kids. And you think it's still cool to mix and mingle with her. I mean, at some point you're gonna have to pick a side, because if you can still rock with someone who did that to me, then I don't want you around me, period. Exactly. Chrissy edits the heck out of herself. Yeah, I will give it to Chrissy. Like I said, do I think that Chrissy is perfect? No, no one is, right? But I think that what a lot of people can learn from Strong Mommy Chrissy is the fact that, she has mastered the art of just purely providing content that people want to see, and she keeps us, for the most part, because now we in her business now, right? But for the most part, she keeps us out of her business. And and I think that is, what has kept her in it. She really made it to where there was literally really nothing that the reactors could say for a while, because it's kind of like, she keeps her kids pretty much off the camera. I mean, she shows them here and there, but she ain't finna just go live with her, with her household in shambles. Like, if she got to fuss at her kids, she gonna mute that button, and go do what she got to do. She gonna be in her little corner. She ain't vlogging all around her house. She ain't telling us every mental breakdown she have. You know what I'm saying? She really does a good job of having balance and making sure that, she is still keeping some of her personal life personal. Um But yeah, so I understood where Chrissy was coming from, and I can understand why she had to cut Jazzy loose or whatever. A lot of people felt like it may have been foul for her to allude to the fact that Jazzy let Chris bathe her children or whatever, and he has since responded. I didn't watch his response or whatever. And that was a lot to put out there into the atmosphere. That was most definitely a lot. But I've always been a person who looks at things like this. A lot of things that come out of our mouths as humans are not wrong. I done had to cuss somebody out before, and I've said some ugly things, right? But you can't tell people how to argue, right? And so if you feel like someone has slighted you and has is trying to make fun of a situation and get clout off of it and try to kiki with an audience full of people about your misfortune, then you're going to clap back in some capacity, and it may not always be the prettiest thing that comes out of your mouth. Now with Liv's life, like I said, I'm just confused at how she I'm confused at how she gets involved, because she's saying like, I've been trying not to say anything. I've been trying not to say anything, but I'm looking like, well, Liv, I mean, for the most part, Ming and Chrissy, pretty much, like I said, have been minding their business. Ming, she is pregnant. She's over there with her husband. She's over there giving us, couple content, and she's over there doing her thing. Chrissy is over here doing her thing. So, I mean, I have not seen them agitate or pick at you. So, if you're saying that you've been trying not to say anything, as if anyone has been sending for you, so yeah, I was confused about her being so passionate about going in on Chrissy and then mentioning me, because it's kind of like, girl, it's kind of like you were just waiting for a moment to spill some tea, and you could have just did that like you've been doing. You know what I'm saying? You could have just been messy like you've been doing, because you got a lot going on over there yourself. Lives she's pregnant, and she got things going on with her baby daddy, and well, ex-husband or whatever, and there's a lot of things going on over there. So I wouldn't even have the time to worry about if Chris is getting knocked upside her head or not. That it would I wouldn't have the time. Shauna's place says Liv just wanted to be in the mix. Yeah, that's what it was giving. That's what it was giving. I see a lot of people drag Liv all the time. Like I said, I have not watched her enough to just, say that she's just a terrible person. But the little bit that I do watch of her is just like, ma'am, you're always inserting yourself into something. It's a lot. It's a lot. So yeah, but it was going down. Since then, they say Chris has spoken out, and he's, I guess, I mean, from the comments that I've read, like I said, I haven't watched his video in depth. And Chris is Jazzy's man, and a lot of people don't like him. They feel like he's not right for her or whatever. But he's saying that it's not true. Jazzy is trying to say that it's not true. I'm assuming that's what she's saying. And because I didn't watch her entire live. I did not. But I would say, all in all, first baby mama says, is Liv really having a baby? Yeah, I mean, I would hope so. I would hope that she's having a baby. A lot of people are speculating that she may not really be pregnant, because she's got a tattoo while she was pregnant. That's also something that I was watching Ming's live, and she pointed out. And she's dyed her hair. She's just doing a whole lot of. So and she really has not spoken about it or whatever. So I guess we'll see if the baby really comes too. I hope she wouldn't be lying, though. I think that she may really be pregnant. I think that there was just a big scandal about who the daddy is or whatever, because she was with Zolo, and then they broke up, and then I think she was with somebody else, and then she's pregnant. So I think that maybe she just may not be speaking on it because of the whole baby daddy situation. But if she is not pregnant, oh Lord, that's gonna really be some tea. Okay. That is gonna really be some tea if she is not pregnant. Um but yeah, like I said, all in all, in this situation, I just really wish Jazzy would just own the fact that she don't rock with Chrissy, and she don't like Chrissy. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. Jazzy, just own it. Just own it, okay? Just own it. And because and not trying to be funny, because like I said, everybody has their own level of chaos in their life, whether we like to admit it or not. Everybody has their own stuff they're dealing with in some capacity. But I just, there would, to me, I just don't see the reason for you having to post that you're praying for Chrissy. I don't see why that was even needed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you all have your own children, your own household full of children to worry about. You know what I'm saying? You all have your own things to deal with. Um I just don't see why you would have any time to sit up with Olivia and try to be shady or try to even do anything on the internet pertaining to Chrissy, because everyone has their own level of something they're going through that they can be putting their attention on. So it was very it was I definitely gave Jazzy the side eye in this situation. Like I said, I do feel bad when they drag her, but in this situation, I think that she was definitely being messy, and she doesn't want to own the fact that she was. And another thing people are speculating, they're speculating, well, did Chrissy's fiance really hit her? Did he chip her tooth? Is something going on? I mean, I think that where there's smoke, there's fire. Would I say that she moved because of that? I don't think that that was a reason for her move. She even said it. She said, she moves a lot. That's just what she does. And I can imagine, because you got to think, she has 9 children. I think one of her children lives with his dad, but even then she still has 8 children live with her. That is a lot. That is a lot. And I'm pretty sure that, having to rent those spacious homes is very expensive. And if she can find something, like she said, she's trying to buy a house, and so she wants to save money. And I feel her, because I'm telling you, it's frustrating trying to get your credit right and save your money and make sure you're gonna have your down payment money and all of that, and pay ridiculous prices in rent. That's a lot. So I do believe her story when she says that, she just found something cheaper in the same school zone, so she wanted to move. But I do think that something definitely did go down with her and her fiance. I definitely think something went down there. Do I think that that's the reason why she had on the mask when she was explaining why she moved? I don't know. I don't know, because I think they were saying he had been in jail. So I don't know. I don't know. But I guess we will see, honey. I guess we will see. And like I said, I do want to start doing a little bit more commentary on the Mommiana game, because they do have a fair share of entertainment. They will entertain you. Okay. They most definitely will. So I just, with them, is they put out content every single day, and it's just their daily lives. So I don't want to nitpick their day-to-day life. But baby, when it goes down with the Mommiana gang, it most definitely goes there. Okay. Hey, TMR. Hey, I was just talking about you, TMR. Shauna says they seen Chrissy gain over 1,000 subs, and they might be looking for clout. Yeah, that is definitely true. Hey, TMR, but yes, TMR is who also, that's where I caught up on my tea. I caught up on my tea on your page, Miss TMR. Miss TMR did a really, really good job of breaking it down. So y'all go check her out as well, because she does more commentary on the mommy channels, and she really does a good job of breaking it on down. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all want to get the full, I give kind of like the Cliff Notes version, but if y'all want to get the full breakdown on every play by play, she does a really good job over there. So y'all go check her out, Miss TMR, honey. She always get me right when it comes to the mommy channel. She always catches me up. It says D on iBreed TV, right? Okay. Yeah, I'm about to yes, honey, go on over there to TMR. But yes, I'm about to that pretty much summed up my life. So I'm about to get on off here. It says I don't watch. But yeah, so I'm about to get on off here in a minute, honey. But I just want to thank y'all for rocking with me and joining. But yeah, in conclusion, my jazzy life, honey, I'm just going to need for you to take accountability for the role that you play. Don't be throwing no rocks and hiding your hands, okay? If you don't like Chrissy, if you don't rock with Chrissy, if you ain't feeling her, just say that. You're welcome, TMR. You are welcome. But yeah, if you let's see. Alive Prosper says one thing about it, if there was any type of domestic violence, that's a reason to have your kids removed. So Chrissy did the right thing. Exactly. And that's another thing. Even if something did happen, if she had to up and move because of that, that's a good thing. One thing I can say about Chrissy, even somebody, I have never seen somebody with that many children maneuver the way she maneuvers. I knew one lady that stayed next door to me when I was a little girl, and she did a really good job with all 9 of her kids. But Chrissy does a really, really good job, because a lot of times having that many children is stressful as hell, especially when you have done it at times as a single parent. And one thing we can't take away from her is the fact that she knows how to rise to the occasion and keep a roof over her head and get her life together when something ain't going right. So even if she did have a domestic violence situation, that's for Jazzy to even try to bring light to it or make it seem like it's something, that's still, even if she did have to move for that reason, that's showing that she's taking the initiative to get her stuff together. Because meanwhile, there are rumors circulating about your man too, Jazzy. Everyone is alluding to the fact that he treats you like crap on camera, and people are saying that he is giving off abusive signs as well. So, I think that she needs to take accountability in this situation, that she was being unnecessarily messy. And you cannot poke and poke and poke, and then when it blows up, be like, well, I don't know. I just was saying a prayer. I don't understand how saying I'm praying for somebody, but no, the reason why you're saying that you're praying for someone who you have a known, you and their friendship is in a known rocky place, is it's a problem, because it can be perceived as being messy. If you truly felt like she was going through something and you want to pray for her, or you feel for her, then you can go into her DMs, or if you still have her number, text her, let her know you're thinking about her. That would have been the appropriate way to let somebody know that, girl, even though I ain't wrong rock with you and I ain't fooling with you, I'm still praying for you. I have, people that I may not talk to anymore, but guess what? If I'm concerned about them, I'm going to reach out to them privately. I'm not going to get on social media and be like, y'all, I'm praying for, no, because you and this person had a personal relationship. Regardless of how it ended, y'all was cool. Even if you blocked or something, whatever, you could have just prayed for and left it at that. You don't have to let the world know when you're praying for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so that's, I on this one, I feel where Chrissy was coming from with the clapback. I really do, because it's kind of like, I mean, it's giving very much, we you and Liv was, y'all was trying to be messy. That's very much what is given. And like I said, if Chrissy did go through that, that is unfortunate. It says, I raised my 9 and I absolutely have to uproot my kids, because my partner at the time just didn't have it in him to do that type of lifestyle. Those kids come first, period. Good, honey. Shout out to you, alive and prosperous. That is awesome. Like, I have seen so many mothers with fewer kids, like, be ready to give up. And the fact that you can literally raise that many children and keep moving and doing what you got to do to make sure they got a roof over their head and taking them out of toxic situations, that is amazing. So shout out to you, because baby, it gets rough out here. Okay. So, that's why I feel like, I can say, I'm pretty sure Chrissy has her fair share of dysfunction, right? But at the end of the day, one thing you can't take away from her is that she know how to rise to the occasion and pull it together. Period. You know what I'm saying? Those kids come first. Period. And if she did get into a domestic situation and she has to leave him and start over, then she'll be okay. She will be okay. I would rather have to uproot my kids and move than have my kids watching me be in a toxic situation. I will move 50 times just to give my child some peace. Period. Okay. My last relationship I was in, my child and his child had a beautiful bond, amazing bond. They were like sisters. They had a bunk beds, everything. And it really broke my heart to split up the situation. But if it was becoming too toxic, I gotta pull me and my child away, period. I cannot sacrifice me and my child's peace for a man. I can't do it. So if Chrissy did have to move for that reason, then that's why she had to move, and more power to her for doing the right thing. Because there are a lot of people who would not move and who would not move. They would be too scared to start over, and they would just sit there and let their kids continue to witness the toxicity. they're mostly grown now, and I'm tired. I wish YouTube was popping back then. Girl, your channel would have been popping, honey, okay? Because when I tell you one thing about it, my friends who I live next door to, they always had some entertaining stuff going on. And their mom, like, she was awesome. Like, when I tell you, they used to have birthday parties, they used to have Valentine's Day parties. I mean, their mama used to really rise to the occasion. They had all the snacks, they had all the movies. Like, it was a party at their house every day, okay? So if YouTube was popping back then, having a lot of kids most definitely would have been the move to start you a channel, because it's never a dull moment. I'm pretty sure it's never a dull moment. But yeah. But yeah, so we'll see how this plays out. Chrissy has not yet really responded. She's just, I guess she's taking the high road on this one, because I mean, one thing about her, I think that when she's going through something in her real life, she rolls up her sleeves and works on it behind the scenes. That's one thing I can say. She is, Chris is like, look, ain't no reason for me to come on here, you know what I'm saying, with my sob story, and ain't no reason for me to come on here in YouTube face while I'm going through something. I'm finna roll my sleeves up behind the scenes and work to make sure that me and my kids, that we straight. And even when she had the eviction situation, it was the same thing. She didn't pull up this camera. I mean, she came on here and she cried. And she cried, and she was vulnerable. But you know what? She dried them tears up. She rolled them sleeves up. And guess what? She moved, and she gave us some nice edited content when she did that too. And she moved and she settled into her place. And sometimes she'll go missing for a few days, and then she'll come back. So I think that that's one thing, that instead of being shady and instead of being bitter about the situation, that's one thing that my Jazzy Life can learn from Chrissy. Is, one thing about Chrissy is, and I'm not saying that Jazzy does this. Like I said, I watched Jazzy, and I felt for her in certain situations where she was getting drugs. So I'm not saying that she does this all the time, but it does seem like it's always a pity party type of situation. And whereas, and I know that the comparison get on her nerve, right? You know what I'm saying? But I think that people just want to see the progression and the growth. People like growth. People like change. People like to see the glow up. And, the reason why people are able to speak highly of Chrissy now, and they're able to, put her see her in a different light, is because she has shown us growth and progression. And I think that what Jazzy has to understand is it's really not, I don't think for some people it's a favoritism thing with Chrissy. I just think it's a situation where, when it comes to Jazzy and Chrissy, we have Chrissy just standing in what she's standing in and standing on what she said and moving forward. And then we have Jazzy kind of just like not really just being accountable and not really trying to just own the fact that, listen, I said what I said. Because even if you wanted to be Jazzy, a shady Jazzy, and even if you are hurt or you don't rock with Chrissy or you do feel like she did you dirty or whatever, stand on that, own that. Those are your feelings. That would be my only advice to the situation. Just stand in whatever you in, right or wrong. Stand on it. If you said it, if you said it or did it, stand on it. Period. But that is all I have for you all tonight. I said I wasn't going to keep you long. Like I said, I will be following this and keeping up with it. And if something else pop off, we're going to get together and we're going to talk about it. But I just want to thank y'all for joining me tonight, and stay tuned for my next video, honey. Your girl is trying to be more consistent in 2022. And I'm telling you, I'm tired. I've been working on other things. Like I said, I've been doing some Valentine's Day baskets that I'm selling. So I have been one busy bee, but I'm going to try to continue to give you all content and keep up with what's going on in these YouTube streets. So yes, I will see you all in my next video. Love y'all and good night.